The one good thing that happened in 2020, it taught me that sometimes you may plan something out 110%, think it's going to happen, and it doesn't. You're not even close. Hey my writing friends, and welcome back to my Authortube channel. I'm Autumn Ashley, and today I am going to be discussing my Q1 goals for 2021. I am going to be making quarterly goals this year instead of year-long goals, just because I don't know where I'm going to be in a year from now. I feel like I have a better understanding of where I'm going to be at in March versus this time next year. I'm going to be doing quarterly goals for all of my writing, reading, Authortube stuff, as well as some personal things. Some of the personal things, I will mention some of them, but I'm gonna try to strictly stick to the writing, reading, and my Authortube. Although the personal things that I'll mention are more of self-care things that I would like to share with everybody. I'm going to kick this off with talking about my writing goals because that is what is most important. Honestly, I feel like ever since I started the Authortube community, I haven't written as much as I would like to or as much as I had been writing. I had kind of put writing on a hold while I was going through college. But now that I'm out and I'm starting to write again, I really want to focus on my writing. And I feel like a lot of my time has been spent on Authortube, which I don't regret that at all. But I do want to focus more on writing. My plan for that is to 2 times a week, doesn't matter what day, it doesn't matter what time of day, where I'm at, whatever. I want to spend at least 2 days a week writing for an hour. I feel like that's a good goal to reach. It's not going to be way out of my way. I really feel like I'll be able to do that, and it's going to help push me back into all of my writing. What am I going to be working on for Q1? I'm going to be going back to my debut project, which is Project Brina. It's been calling for me and I've been missing it so much. I'm really, really excited to start working on that project again. That's the one that I'm going to be working on for all of Q1. So for January, February, and March, I'm going to be working on Project Brina. And my goal is to finish Project Brina, at least draft 0. I call it draft 0, some people call it draft 1. My draft 0 is the throwing up stage of just getting my words on the paper. And currently I'm a little over 48,000 words, and I want the novel to be between 70 and 80,000 words. I really feel like I could reach that goal. And another thing for a writing goal, I've been getting really caught up in trying to get word counts and striving to have like a min and a max goal, and I don't really feel like that's quite working for me. I'm going to keep my calendar, my word count tracker on my writer's board, but I'm going to do it in a different way. Instead of trying to reach the min and the max goals, because that hasn't been working for me, I'm going to write on there the days that I do write, the time that I write, and go about it that way. Maybe not necessarily track my words, but maybe work on my progress, like finished chapter 20 or finished 3 scenes. So then it's not necessarily that I'm looking at the word counts, but I'm more of looking at the content that I am writing. I mentioned that I am moving on to Project Brina, but what does that mean about Project Wolf Warrior? Project Wolf Warrior for now is going to be shelved. I'm not going to work on that anymore, at least for Q1. I still love the story, but I feel like I've reached a point where I need to do more world building. I need to understand why my characters are doing the things that they're doing. I need to do more character outlining, world building, and figure out exactly what I want to happen. For Project Wolf Warrior, I only did 1 skeleton outline, and I wanted to see how far I could get. Technically, I wanted to write all of book 1. I've reached a point where now, the words I could write just aren't benefiting me, they're not benefiting the story, and it just needs to be shelved for a little while. I do plan on going back to that sometime in 2021. Don't know when. I will worry about that when I get there. But for the first quarter of 2021, I am going to be working on Project Brina again and hoping to finish my first draft. I I'm also wanting to work on a short story that I have. So when I'm wanting to write, but maybe I'm not wanting to work on Project Brina, I want to pick one of my short stories, pick one that's fun, pick one that's a little different, and I don't necessarily always have to work on the same short story every time I kind of want to push away from Project Brina and take a breather. I want to pick any of the short stories that I have and write a little bit, write the whole thing, do whatever, just have fun, keep my creative juices flowing, because I feel like that's a major issue right now. I'm having a hard time keeping my creative juices flowing, and I want this to be an exercise to keep them alive. Now I'm going to move on to my reading goals, which is going to talk about my winter TBR. We all know that I am a very slow reader. And if you don't know this, hi, I'm Autumn Ashley, and I'm a very slow reader. I say my winter TBR, but it's really going to be for my Q1. It just sounds nicer being a winter TBR versus a Q1 TBR. In December, I started reading Beneath a Scarlet Sky by Mark Sullivan, and I'm loving the story, but again, I'm a very slow reader. I'm not quite finished with it, but I'm gonna put that on my winter TBR. There's 2 other books that I have not finished either. One book, which is actually written by one of my Twitter friends, which her book is Heaven Sent, so I have like 150 pages left of that novel. That is going to be part of my winter TBR, so I can go ahead and finish that. I'm also halfway through book 3 for the After series by Anna Todd. I honestly don't even know what the name of the 3rd book is because I'm not a big fan of the series, or at least the first 2 books, but I do want to finish it so I can read the whole series. And I believe I'm about halfway through that book, so I'm going to work on that as well. One book that I want to read from start to finish for my winter TBR is going to be One of Us is Lying by Karen. I'm going to say her last name wrong because I don't pronounce names well at all, but is it McManus? This is going to be the one that I'm going to read from start to finish for my winter TBR. And one of my good friends actually gave me a book to read, and it is The Dark Days Club by Alison Goodman. And I am going to do a buddy read with Brie Bonomo. We are going to attempt to read, well, I say we, she's gonna do it no problem. She'll probably end up reading it in her sleep because Brie is a boss mama when it comes to reading. Autumn, on the other hand, it will probably take her 3 years to read book 1. We are planning on buddy reading The Passage by Justin Cronin. I think that's how you pronounce his last name. Again, I can't pronounce names right. I don't know why. But for The Passage, because I know it's a very hefty read, yes, I have seen the page count and about fell flat on my face. I'm going to purchase the audiobook and I'm going to read it as an audiobook. I feel like that's going to help me. I do really well with listening because I can speed like YouTube videos up to like 1.5 and I'm able to keep up. I know exactly what's happening. I think for that book, just because it's such a big read, I think an audiobook is definitely going to help me with that. Now I'm going to move on to my Authortube goals. I'm making my goals for Authortube a little bit different than how I previously have set my goals for Authortube. I love posting my content because I've been on YouTube for 6 months and I love seeing the progress of all of my videos of me, of my writing. So I really want to just continue to vlog everything that I write, I read, I experience that is writing related. I love posting those videos. I love being a part of them, and that is what I want to continue to do. I have made some really great friends on Authortube, and I want to continue to make really great friends. Also, something that I started to do towards the end of 2020, I started to pull back on the amount of live streams that I was hosting or co-hosting. Do not get me wrong, I love live streams. I love hosting them, co-hosting them. I love having them playing in the background as I'm doing other things. I love them so much, but I want to pull back on the amount of live streams I do so I can push out more content videos. I kind of include this next goal, which is my social media goals. I included that with like my Authortube stuff. It's all like my author platform. I have my Authortube goals and then I have my Instagram goals. I do have a Twitter. I don't use my Twitter as much as I used to. I mainly stick to Instagram. What I want for my Instagram, a lot more motivational, inspirational quotes. I also want to post some more writing aesthetics. I have yet to post them because I can't figure out how to make them and to make them pretty. I want that to be something that I work on. I also want to take more pictures of me reading or me writing or setting up my desk in the morning before I start doing anything that's Authortube related. I want to start posting those kinds of photos again, especially on Instagram, and connect with many more writers because I've met some amazing Authortubers and Instagrammers, and I want to continue to meet more and to grow and to connect. I really just want to post more content that's not just about, oh hey, I posted this video, go check it out. I actually want it to be more broad. That is why I created my Instagram and all of my writing content. So I want it to be all of that and definitely more motivational and inspirational quotes because I love them and I want other writers to be able to go to my page to find some sort of inspiration, to feel their creative juices slowly start to come back to them or to kickstart. And my personal goals, I will keep these very brief because I don't want to bore you with them because they are just my personal goals, but I do want to do yoga at least twice a week. At the end of 2020, I really started to change my diet for the better. I want to continue that into 2021, especially quarter one of 2021. I really want to create a routine, a daily routine, weekly routine, or routines that I do on the weekend. That's going to be one of my huge personal goals for 2021, at least the first quarter. Alright, and that is everything that I have for my video. I want you guys to share a writing, reading, Authortube / social media, and a personal goal with me in the comments below so we can connect and we can look forward to the year of 2021 together. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Comment, like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you know whenever I post another video. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram, subscribe to my newsletter, and have an awesome day.